One ship drives east and one ship drives west by the self-same wind that blows, yet the set of the sail and not the gale. The set of the sail and not the gale determines the way, aye, aye, that determines the way she goes. To the westward we'll go. Oh, there is a flash packet of fame. She hails from New York and the Dreadnought's her name. She's bound to the westward where the wide waters flow. Bound away to the westward in the Dreadnought we'll go. Derry down, 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 Derry down. All the time of our leaving is now drawing nigh. Farewell, pretty maids, we must bid you goodbye. Farewell to old England and all we hold dear. Bound away in the Dreadnought to the westward we'll steer. Derry down, 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 Derry down. Dreadnoughts a-howling down the wild Irish Sea, with the passengers all merry and their hearts full of glee, while the sailors like tigers walk the decks to and fro. Bound away to the westward in the Dreadnought we'll go. Derry down, 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 Derry down. Dreadnought is sailing the Atlantic so wide, where the high roaring seas roll along her black sides, with her topsails set taut for the Red Cross to show. She's a Liverpool packet, oh Lord, let her go. Derry down, 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 Derry down, 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 Derry down. Sorrows drown. With our beer and strong liquor we'll let the songs flow, and we will drink to the Dreadnought wherever she may go. Derry down, 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 Derry down, 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 Derry down. Here's a health to the Dreadnought and to all the brave crew, to old Captain Samuels and his officers too. You may talk of your packets, swallowtail and black bull, but the dreadnought's the flyer that outsails them all. Very down, 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 very down, 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 very down. Now my story's ended and my tale it is told. I hope, my dear shipmates, that you don't think me bold. But this song was composed while the watch was below. Bound away to the westward and the dreadnought will go. Bound away to the westward and the dreadnought will go. Bound away to the westward and the dreadnought will go. Derry down, 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 very down.
Ethan, happy birthday, Ethan. Love your dad, Jim, and best friends Josh, Flam, and Gator. Good luck on the upcoming corn harvest and enjoy that cake.
DSP is a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
Kom igen. Fucking det är det för. Han är det för. Fucking it. You come out before you were a little bitch.
Good morning, chat. How are you guys? Today I got a little treat for you. We're gonna be talking to one of my good friends, a fellow farmer, and he's also known as the Derek guy. Good old Shiro. Let's get you unmuted here, Shiro. Hey, there you are. What's going on, my guy?
Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. I think I'm a little more sober than our last talk. So that's always a good thing. It's always a good thing.
Well,
but today I brought you on because we're doing a little more research about the Whalechairs of DSP. And this is kind of like a go-to stream for somebody who's kind of new to this, looking into get a little information about the kind of people who support Phil, who really want him to succeed, and kind of the people who are behind the scenes, you know, those everyday supporters of Phil, you know. And you're one of the guys who are over here on the farms. You like to hang out and chat and laugh at a lot of stupid shit. And one of your favorite things to do is to show up and laugh about certain wheelchairs who give massive support for dumb reasons to Darkside Phil. But you and I were talking before this, and you have some conditions behind that. What you got?
Yeah. So the conditions are, you have to be interesting. You can't just show up, give $20, and if there's nothing to laugh at about you, it's not worth going through the effort, because what's the point? You're a normal guy. But if you're an Anonymous or a Jade or a Derek, then yeah, you're gonna get laughed at.
I mean, it happens. It's the internet. Whatever you post out there is kind of who you're going to be perceived as. I'm not here to poo-poo on these people. It's just merely a kind of a collective profile of the people out there. I mean, for example, you got this guy. Yeah, good old super blind man. This is one of Phil's most dedicated followers. He's actually blind. Yeah, that's he's legally blind. He works in the video game industry. He's worked for Naughty Dog on The Last of Us. You know, he has a prevalent career. He's doing pretty well. You know, he's been to award shows. But the sad thing about this guy is not the fact that he watches DSP, not the fact that he supports Phil and has supported him for so long. It's the problem is that he's a clout chasing dick who's willing to step on anybody to get what he wants to achieve. There's been times before where he's, went back and pushed back against Phil for Phil's different attitudes towards people, and it's fair. But he always seems to end up bending the knee for whatever reason. I really don't know why. I think that his career would be better off if he keeps on separating himself from DSP's vortex. What's your hot take on this guy?
I think his ego is as big as Phil. Just going off his Twitter, his evil moment is The Last of Us 2. He does not shut up about it, so it's his fourth place trophy, and I think that's funny. But the fact that he's a complete douche, just like Phil, means that's my hot take right there. He's the same person as Phil. He has his same evil moment, and he thinks anyone who criticizes him is against him and blocks people who's willing,
He's very interesting, I would say. That's why he gets talked about. That's why he gets brought up, especially on as the front runner of this show. It's because I don't want to carve up these people. These people don't need my help at all for hurting their image online. This guy has stepped on other blind people to achieve to get to where he is. He's shut them down. He's discarded them. He's moved on. He does the same things Phil does. His biggest supporter and the one who advocates the most for him seems to be his wife. It's
not a wife, it's a troll.
Do you remember that episode of South Park where the succubus comes in and just ruins Chef's life?
Yeah.
Yeah. She kind of reminds me of a demon of sorts, just sucking Super Blind Man's soul out, just for whatever money she can squeeze out of him, because that's her best shot. She got to show up and hang out at the award show, put on her best dress. I mean, for what it's worth, good for her. But she is a bitch when it comes to dealing with Super Blind Man. She's up everybody's ass, reeing into the wind about him not getting his dues, not getting his support, not getting what he deserves. And really, what Super Blind Man deserves is to be fucking laughed at for being a douchebag. It's that easy. It really is. I just don't get it when it comes to this shit. Why does she have to be so involved with Super Blind Man's business relationships? She's chirped at Phil before. She's defended him time and time again on Twitter, and it's just a poor fucking look. Why involve your loved ones in this kind of stuff? I mean, let's take for example this morning on Kiwi Farms. Somebody put up a dumb fucking thread that I had to delete, but their main point behind it is, why is Cat part of the game? Why does Cat get laughed at? Why should we be able to make some fun of somebody else's significant other? Well, it's because Cat's involved. She knows what she's into. She knows what she's doing. Aside from hoovering up some DoorDash, she understands the whole thing. That's why she's not present online, so to speak, anymore. I mean, we had a discussion about this. What do you think, Shiro?
I think
people like this are fair game?
Yeah, I think if you're in the vortex, whether you're a detractor or not, you are fair game, assuming that you're interesting. Like most people for detractors are normal, but sometimes you get a JoJo, and it's fair game. I'm sorry, you're fair game if you spurg out and you become this something to laugh at. It's not. It shouldn't be protected automatically because you're on one side or the other. And with Cat, she's benefiting from legit people's money from wheelchairs. I know a lot of detractors hate Phil because he's taking money from the needy and scamming them, and Kat is benefiting from it. I don't think she works, and if she does, it's like maybe 5 hours a week. She can't hold a retail job.
Yeah, it's not much. It's just so funny because like she's an excuse. Oh, the shower's broken. It's Cat's fault. Oh, the car doesn't start. Cat's fault. Oh, the vacuum broke. Cat's fault. Oh, the vacuum broke again. Cat's fault. I mean, she's just a scapegoat for his problems right now. Phil did that to her again on that Side Scrollers podcast. I know I haven't talked about that whole interview, but it was a fucking perfect score. Craig and Adam did very well to do what they did with Phil, and they played the game right, and they're still playing it, and it hurts Phil's fucking feelings every fucking day that they post up another clip from that 5-hour interview. But at this point, everybody's moved on. Yeah. There's nobody who gives a fuck about Phil's interview anymore. I mean, what did you get out of it? The fact that he played Street Fighter, now the mobile game, and that he fucked up and said that the bank leaks are fake.
That helped.
That
helped us. So now he can't say that because he said on record they're fake, right on camera.
Right
so
on
now
camera.
He can't say people doxed him. He can't say there was no identity theft. It showed that he has no idea what his expenses are, and it gave us an idea of how he acts with real people.
Yeah, that was the biggest take. It's like that was the normie world. Like you and I are immersed in normie world every now and then. I'm sure a lot of people here in chat too are. You got to go to work. You got to do normal everyday mundane stuff every single day. I get it, but we like to laugh at just silly shit on the internet, and that's what brings us all together, is that we get to enjoy giggling at somebody else's nonsense. I mean, this guy cried about not getting a PS5 because he was part of the Naughty Dog team and stuff. He cried about it so hard that Sony finally gave up and sent him a fucking console, and Phil got a box of rocks.
That's the one thing I would say I like about Super Blind Man. He's more successful per se, and the fact that it makes Phil jealous, but he can't say anything, is great.
Phil's even been called out by Super Blind Man before for trying to run the accessibility train into the ground. He's like, whoa, stop, please stop. It's pretty entertaining. I haven't seen Super Blind Man start paying up too much lately, but he still subscribes. Yeah. He's still that guy, so he's still around.
Yeah, and it should be noted, he's not 100% blind. He's not a daredevil.
No,
still see somewhat, but it's like
it's enough to make sure that marriage with his wife works out.
Yeah, he can't see what she looks like.
That's a good thing for both of them. Yeah, but this is like the standard for the pay piggies. Like if you hear us as detractors talk about pay pigs, this guy's definitely one of them. He's one of them. He's a loyalist. He loves Phil for whatever reason. It's probably because he's blind. Can't really see how terrible Phil is at games. I mean, have you seen any of the RE4 stuff? like shit. Phil needs to wear his glasses, please. Like, put on the glasses, dude.
What nerd
our next wheelchair. Do you want to introduce him?
Who's the next one that you have? I'll introduce him.
I'll give it a second. I mean, he's rolling into a lot of celebrities.
Jade. Yeah, I'll introduce him. So Jade, I gotta pull up the exact condition he has, but
it's interesting.
So his legal father is in jail right now for child porn.
Yeah.
His mom gets about $1,800 from the state, where she just to support him, and each month or so she has to give a report that's public information on what, like. So he went to the hospital a few times because he had trouble with bowel movements. He couldn't crap right. Hospital.
Yeah,
That's his
just got
commission.
plugged up. Like it's kind of sad. Like I get it. I have a soft spot for wheelchairs. You know, a lot of people don't deserve the condition that they're in at all. But when it comes to things like this, it's like this is your fan. This is Phil's dedicated fan. If we talk about wheelchairs, think Jade. Jade is the guy who doesn't know better. He doesn't. He thinks Phil is his friend, buddy, happy times. Phil is like, oh gosh, it's not like, I don't even want to compare Phil's fucking daycare to fucking Pee-wee's Playhouse, but it's kind of close into that same vein of it's just so crazy that people like Jade are entertained for hours at a time. So imagine if you're Jade's mom. You're pulling money from the state that they live. You're trying to take care of your baby boy as best as you can, and you're giving him some money, giving him an allowance, letting him be a person, and enjoying normal human activities. I hope that this is his favorite thing, is going to conventions and getting pictures with like the Scooby Doosh gang. Like time and time again, Jade's at conventions. Jade's meeting people, getting pictures with fucking celebrities. I mean, look at that. That's Super Shredder. That's fucking Kevin Nash. You know, just taking a picture with Jade. Like Jade looks fucking happy as shit doing this stuff. And I hope that's what it's all about for him. But
this is what's sad. You know, why people get mad at Phil. These are people who don't know better. They're the most needy of our society. And Phil's taking advantage of them. But I blame the parents for not guiding them. The mom should know better.
Right.
The mom doesn't care.
It's hard to say if she cares or not. I know that people are trying to reach out to people. It usually happens when you find out that somebody's a wheelchair. You're trying to talk to their parents. I mean, and I don't do it personally. Because I'm not going to stop you. If you're not paying enough attention to your kid and what they're doing online, I can't help you.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. The internet's a weird place, and growing up alongside it is a long time coming. I mean, I remember the days of fucking sitting in chat rooms and shit like that, talking about nonsense. And it's that thing. You just gotta check in every now and then and be like, hey buddy, what are you watching? Like, let me watch this. Show an interest in your kid's life. It's so sad. Time and time again, you'll see on this wheelchair list that we roll through, or any of these kind of featured videos that I do, you'll see these people time and time again show up. And this is what I want to harp on when it comes to people like this. These are the purest of souls, and they just like, come on, man, come on. Like, I hope Jade's mom snaps out of it and goes, please stop supporting Phil. There's better people out there. Like, let's get you watching like Up, Down, Down or something, like the Wrestle channel.
Whatever, something like that. There are good YouTubers out there. You can support them. But
hey, man, that's how it goes. Like that's what it's all. That's where it is. I hope that Jade's mom is taking care of Jade and hoping that Jade's happy.
Yeah.
And
but like what Daddy said,
Dad rots in jail.
It's right. It's right. She knows. She knows. She knows.
She's aware.
But she does. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It might be a cope thing. Like I don't. I'm not dealing with a handicapped child in my life. Like I don't know how that goes. Maybe it's like, oh, I let him go on Phil's stream, give him $10 to give Phil some kisses, and then just scoot away from the wheelchair a little bit.
Yeah. While she's out with her boyfriend.
And spending his money, like spending Jade's money on some other nonsense. Like, imagine slipping him $800 and pocketing the rest for whatever you want to do. I'm just bullshitting here. Like, that's the kind of thing that it just feels like, though. Like it's rough. I mean, look at other people. This is good old Jax Raxer. You haven't seen him in a while, haven't heard from him in a while. He's the FGC kind of pay piggy. Anytime Phil plays a Street Fighter Days, his Friday night fights or whatever it is, Jax Raxer, this amazing specimen, used to show up and chill out, and he would talk to you about what was his big thing that he was trying to accomplish, Shiro?
Oh, he would buy a car.
That's right, because it's a buyer's market for cars. And this dude was giving money to Phil instead of saving up for a car. Like he's a young man. How old is he?
He's in his
I recall,
30s.
he's
like
30.
He's in his 30s, early 30s.
He's got to be 30 right now. But he's been
Yeah,
around for a
he's
while.
30.
When he first showed up, he was mid 20s or so,
Yeah.
like hanging out. And that's kind of the right age range, I guess, for being in the big old Phil fan club. And he hasn't been a while. He hasn't been around. He hasn't been hanging out because Phil isn't playing fighting games. But you know he's coming up with that hot $100 bill as soon as Phil's playing a fighting game. Like Street Fighter 6, boom, he's back. What's his condition? No.
Let me. He has autism.
Yeah, he's just part of
Okay,
the puzzle piece gang.
I have his age. He's between 35 and 36. He was.
Oh,
So,
that
yeah, he'll be 40 in 2026.
ooh. I mean,
And
I'll
what's sad-
I'll put it this way. I'm 34.
But what's sad is that his family comes from he's from a smart family. The dad went to Harvard. The mom went to Cornell.
Dude, that's impressive. And you get this guy who's donating money to Phil.
That-
like what do you do about that? Like you're well educated people, and your son's not buying a car because he's passing some porker, like $20 here, $20 there. Can't go see your friends. I can't buy gas, Phil.
Like the
Why-
house he lives in is like
Oh.
being sort of funded by his parents. Like
Uh-oh.
I don't think he can live on his own. Actually,
No,
that's why yeah,
ugh.
he's that's special.
Yeah, he shows up every now and then. I mean, we haven't seen him in a while again. Fighting games that's his jam. That's where he likes to hang out. Yeah, but again, this is textbook 101 pay piggy. Just people throwing Phil money when they don't have money themselves. We'll get to another 3-timer later. That's for sure. That's for sure. But you remember the one dude who was homeless and giving Phil $300, saying that he was homeless, and it turns out he was diddling kids. Oh, no.
I'll let you have that one.
Oh gosh, yeah. That might be for the more Derek edition of pay piggies. Like those are the deep whales.
Like it's one thing to laugh for a Jade or a Jax, but then you get the people who are aware and are just crazy.
Just going for it, man. It's nuts. Like these are like small time kind of the loyal pay piggies, and then you keep going. I mean, his name was Sean. Yeah, that was it. It wasn't Rob on Wheels. Any guesses of who this looking fellow is? Somebody's on it. I know somebody knows. He likes to help. Statue builder. Oh, you guys are nailing it right now. You guys don't miss him at all. Good, no, Papavera. Good old Papavera. This is Papavera, that's right.
He's close to 50 by now.
Dude, Papavera was a wild one. He was donating money to Phil, being like an apartment manager, and then taking care of actually like autistic people. If I remember his lore correctly, like that was his job, was like actually working with wheelchairs. Yet he's spending time to help out Phil. Sorry, one cat lap, especially when you got the big orange cat. But yeah, this guy would hang out with Phil during Minecraft streams and be his guide. And he turned out to be building statues for Phil, doing all of his bitch work, so Phil could have the chill streams that he deserved. This guy hasn't shown up in a long while now.
Not since Minecraft got dropped.
Yeah, Minecraft got dropped. He left. I think he popped back up really, really briefly. So, yeah, it was step-by-step instructions of how Phil to guide Phil into building shit in Minecraft. It was just wild.
Then you find out that he's a super furry, and it makes sense why he's in Phil's chat.
Oh, you mentioned him being a furry? That's surprising. That's weird. I mean, why would... I mean, it makes sense when it comes to this tweet then. Hashtag furry and proud. Awesome. I love this hashtag. I support all floofs. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Great stuff. Thank you, Papavera. Appreciate it. And he posted this up. Actually, over there on Kiwi Farms, or formerly on Kiwi Farms, wherever he is. Hopefully he's enjoying his vortex-free existence. He posted this one up, I believe. This is from Papavera, in describing himself. People that I like to be around are ones that are very laid back, mellow, kind-hearted, have a general positive attitude. People that don't focus on drama or negative things.
Sounds like Phil.
Weird. Like he sounds like that's like listening to Phil for too long. You've sipped too much of the bacon flavored, Kool-Aid at that point. You're starting to talk to like the guy. Yeah, it's just to pour it down the toilet, okay? Flush it down and move on. It sounds like Phil to a T. And the worst part is that Phil is none of those things. Phil is the drama guy, the negative dude. He is the guy who has to cry about having support on streams because Papavera is no longer there to stuff his wallets.
Like he's tried to stuff his face yesterday. They were 30 minutes late with my food. Oh, no,
Oh,
early.
gosh.
But I'm not going to eat it until 30 minutes later. And then I'm going to cry about it.
Everything is just out of focus for Phil. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's what I'd say. Speaking of spending all your fucking money on Phil, we got a very, very special pay piggy. He's the big dude. He's the 27. I think that's the number of bankruptcies he's going for at this point. It's good old Timbo Slice. He is the black sheep of his family, if I understand it correctly.
They are.
His family, they're all wealthy. They all take care of each other. They all care about each other.
All beautiful kids. Except
Oh,
him.
yeah. And then there's Timmy 3-time. This man, not duty. No, not five, not a 5-time. He's not hitting the Booker T numbers yet.
Only 3 times.
But just the 3-piece, okay? He's got the 3-piece, just like he probably ate yesterday while being called Chicken Man. I mean, this dude has shown up multiple times in sock accounts now. It's unfortunate that he got laughed at for being just this weird spurky dude who had to defend Phil at every fucking turn. And he's telling Phil, oh yeah, giving him a bunch of money. And he's going fucking bankrupt.
And it's not just Phil, it's e-girls too. He bought e-girls on Twitch.
Like, this is OIC's future. Okay? This is that man's future. OIC is into e-thoughts. He loves to just simp for people on Twitch. His list was so fucking long. And I'm sure it was the same thing for you. You got that feel when he was talking to you about it. But
he sent me photos of what his people he followed. If you want to share them, go ahead.
Oh gosh, that's sad. No, I think we'll save an OIC stream for another day. Just in case if he wants to come back and we'll have a real interview. Oh. But I just don't want to get lied at, you know, just like Phil was getting lied to by Timmy 3 times. Like, people were going broke to save Phil's house, to save Phil's streams. It's unreal, man. And this guy, I guarantee it, right now, he's working on the next one. He's working on trying to cobble it together, get bankruptcy 4 ready to go, because he's probably giving Phil more money. I can't think of another reason of why.
Someone did the math, and most of his income, because he has a low IT job, has to go to his bankruptcy, leaving him like maybe $5.
Oh,
920, you know, with you
$5?
add food bills, so like around, it's a tiny number. Someone did the math because of how much he owes in bankruptcy, and he was not lucky like Phil. He got the bad bankruptcy. I can't recall the exact.
Jeez.
But so his spending money is like nil.
Nil. That's
Yeah.
rough. That's got to be rough. But that's what you get for spending all your money on some e-beggars on the internet. Now, chat, do you know who this friendly feller is? Oh, he's one of my favorite ex-DSP mods of all time. Because everybody liked to laugh at him.
There's that face. I cannot laugh.
I love that face.
He thought it was
That's
a
why I
good
use that
picture.
picture. It's so good. It's like trying to take that picture and like put it on some dating site. Like that's your Bumble picture. like you sit there, you're like, oh, you're on Grindr. You're like, I'm
Looks like he's
unsure
about
about
to
it.
cry.
He's about to cry. He's about to cry
Look at
because that. Yeah, like it's so rough. Like, help, please. Oh,
Someone
you feel
got it.
somebody in
Someone
chat's
in chat
already
got
has it. Yeah, it's straight cuck homie. Good old straight cuck homie. This guy was one of Phil's dedicated mods, opening his Velcro wallet on the daily to help Phil out. On the daily. Like what was your favorite part of straight cuck homie?
Oh, it was actually just a photo. Just seeing what he actually looked like. And that he was overweight. Well, not overweight like Timbo, but
No.
it's the face. I'm sorry, it's the face.
It's got to be the face.
I see it and I laugh. I can't help but not laugh at his profile pictures. It's so bad.
It's so bad. Like, this is...
To answer Jesus, yeah, public.
Yeah.
It's public. All these photos, they post on their Facebook or whatnot, and it's public. They're not leaked photos. They're actual photos that they post, and these people are so smart that they have the same username for everything.
And the problem is, though, is like, even if I have the same username, it's not that big of a deal. But if it's connected to your fur affinity site and your like entire public information is on there, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oops.
yeah.
That might be for a more Derek edition of
Yeah.
Pay Piggies.
The one who tried to sue me.
Oh,
Threatened to sue. Yeah, Derek.
yeah.
You gotta keep the not safe
Oops.
for work pay piggies for Derek.
Oh, you got to
Oh,
learn. You got to learn today about a very, very old school Pay Piggy. I think he's more defunct, not showing up anymore. Last time I saw him, he was hanging out, laughing at Gunt.
Yeah, he hangs on the gun thread now.
Which is fine. Getting your gun on is a fun time. Yeah, you got to. We'll let chat try to catch up. We'll see if we got any old school detractors out there.
I'll tell chat, it's not a naughty rat. There's a different one. There were
No.
two. There's a different one.
This is
a naughty
not.
rat.
This is not a naughty rat.
Can go in a fire.
Oh, you guys are starting to collect it. You guys are starting to figure it out. This is the man who went to war with Kiwi Farms. This is Vidar Viking, BSV himself. Look at him. He's repping that DSP merch. This is who every single Pay Piggy should aspire to be. He was the masterclass. He would white knight for Phil. He would try to protect him. he would try to do whatever he could to defend his boy. It was wild. This dude was just off the charts. He was like #1 pay piggy for like majority of Phil's existence. He's another level when it comes to pay piggies, and you're just dipping your toesies into it. But my favorite thing about Vidar Viking is the curse. The Viking barbecue sauce curse. It's so fucking good. I mean, like is that just is that Noel? Is that his like drawing of Noel sitting there on Kiwi Farms, lording over everybody?
He's trying to say he did a satanic ritual and that was blood, but you can tell that's a condiment.
Yeah, it looks like sauce. It's like barbecue sauce.
You can tell it's not blood.
It was wild. So this guy went to war with the thread over here on the farms, and he showed up and started to threatening to dox people for no reason whatsoever. And he would just randomly pick. He was just like, yeah, that's cool. And the thing is he tried it. He did it. And what happened was everybody on the thread was just like, oh, okay, well, this is happening now. And the people on the thread at the time just started picking off pay piggies. They started rolling through Darkside Phil's little tumbleweed form over there, picking people off left and right because Vidar was on a warpath in the name of Phil to vanquish the evil trolls. He was full white knight.
Everyone
and anyone.
Anyone. I don't think he doxed anyone.
He tried. He tried. He's in Norway,
and he would swear in Norwegian. He would go English, and you hear see his native language. He would like,
it would just
I don't know how to
through.
say this in English. Norwegian. Here you go, and no one could understand. Oh,
he used to show up on the SoCast and yell at people and threaten to show up and punch people in the face. It was super wild. Yeah, that was the rumor, is that he went homeless.
Yeah.
He was something else, right?
I think that's what he does. The Norwegian government. I think he lives off it.
Yeah, I think he lives off the government.
Like as a local status.
Yeah,
he's still crazy, obviously, but he's not like before.
Yeah, most of the shit that was like originally said about him was from the Queen of Pole, good old Brian Dunn. He lied about BSV a lot, and yeah. They wanted to fight each other. It was just hilarious beyond belief. This is what happens when you take this internet shit way too far. This is don't take it that fucking seriously 101 right here. BSV was just wild, man. It was just something else. Like he's another level. Planet Jeff, who we're gonna touch on a little bit. I think he's still the #1 contributor to Phil, and I do think he is 1 Minute Man. I think that's him for sure.
Because if I recall, right after Jeff got doxxed, 1 Minute Man started showing up. I'm not saying they're the same person, but correlation. I believe it's him, but it's a theory. It should be noted. It's a theory. No one knows exactly who 1 Minute Man is. We know he's not Derek's parents. That's a fact.
No, that's a fact. 100% fact. But the going theory that I subscribe to, and probably more of the Kiwi farmers probably subscribe to, is that Planet Deadwife is 1 Minute Man. Now we call him Planet Deadwife because sadly his wife passed away. He's a city engineer in a state. 130K. Yeah, he pulls a 130K and makes a good living, makes a strong living. Probably doesn't even need to dip into the Deadwife funds to help support Phil. I still believe that he is Emerald 7, if you recall that name.
Yeah.
That was the guy who showed up and gave how much money to Phil for his taxes?
$17,000.
17,000 in subs on Twitch, right?
But it wasn't enough because Phil needed $25,000. Then 2 years later, Phil went bankrupt.
Yeah, so he saved the house, but didn't save the bankruptcy. It was a lot of money. Emerald 7 showed up randomly, didn't really talk to chat, didn't say much at all, and disappeared.
He would drop
It was hundreds of subs.
tier 3 sub bombs at a time and just not say anything.
Yeah, so that's my going theory right now, is that 1 Minute Man helped fill out big time with that. I mean, you know, I think that's all the same person, is all Planet Jeff.
Let me see how much of those tier 3 subs are. That way I can do the math.
They're pricey, man. They're
$25
each one's
each,
$25.
$25 each.
Pop.
So $2,500 at a time. 2,500, 2,500.
Yeah. Just
At
a press of a button.
That's
Yeah,
not
like
at all.
like those are big time Hogan pool numbers. Like you're going after the 6-star Hogans for that. I mean, that's the kind of level that those are the people who Phil calls the quiet, like, you know, the behind the scene whales. Those are the people who Phil has the correspondence with. He talks to them through his emails, or I don't think they talk through Discord. That might be still a thing.
No, I think it's email.
Yeah, it's mostly email. It's what Phil feels comfortable with.
Yeah, I know with Oik, it's only with emails.
Yeah, that's only an email. I'm still waiting for him to drop those emails and puppy pictures. Still owes me puppy pictures.
I don't remember how many, but it was.
Yeah, I think it comes out to be about 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like it,
yeah.
But that's what you are for dedicated fucking pay piggy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure that several of them are just the same whale socks. I mean, that's where you get that name from. It's honestly, Phil has probably about 3-4 supporters at this point.
Oh yeah, Daddy. Yeah, it was like a day after Phil complained that he still needed money for the $25,000 despite Emerald 7. Think about it.
He still needed the money.
17 grand, and it's still not enough. The 50 grand Keem would have given him, Phil, wouldn't have been enough. He'd still be begging the next day, saying, "Oh, I need another 50." It never ends. It's a black hole. He's a black hole. It doesn't matter how much you give him. It's a waste.
It just keeps going.
We'll never save Phil.
It just disappears, man. You won't save him. You can't save him. I'm sorry.
The only way if you want to save Phil, you would have to be in him, right in front of him, like physical.
Don't get OIC excited by saying, you know, you're in him. Don't get him all excited. You know, it's not his fault that he had to picture himself as the pasta Derek in that little cute fucking butt fucking gift. You see that one on Twitter? That shit was fucking gold.
I'd have to. I'm sure I've seen it, but I think
it was Kid Flim posted that thing.
I see so many of these people that sometimes the names I forget. It's like, oh yeah, this picture. Oh, I know exactly. You know, I have names of the people I go through. I don't focus on one person. You remember this person? I don't know. Oh, he's the person who did this. Oh, I exactly know you. You know.
The hard thing is you got to know, like, when you interact with people, though, is that, like, if you want to give them money, you got to understand how things go. You don't want to be scammed, right? You don't want to be scammed while in Japan, hanging out on vacation, thinking about fucking horses, and having drop a lot of money and getting hoodwinked when it comes to hanging out. This is one of my personal favorite DSP.
He's so active as hell. I'll let you talk, then I'll mention his side scrollers activity right after you're done.
Okay, yeah. Good old KGhaleon himself. This dude is a wild man. He is the Phil White Knight. He's the guy you're gonna see all the time on Phil's dead fucking threads and forums. He's the dude who feels like he has some kind of power. Like, he's the man when it comes to Phil. He will white knight on Phil for anything. He will come and drop comments in all sorts of different places, but he never fucking tries to engage with you if you do it. Like, I remember he showed up And he's like, yo, he showed up on one of my videos one time. I was like, well, what do you want? Do you want to fucking talk about it? Or do you want to go and daydream about fucking horses more? I mean, this guy is really like, let me just click over one more time and, yeah, there we go. There we go. I'll give you guys a second while I try to scrub it from my brain and let chat have fun with this. Yeah. if you want to bring up the whole side scrollers activity while chat gets introduced to Phil's 101 fans.
Yep, and that's
that's not anonymous.
no, that's
nope.
KGhaleon. That's KGhaleon.
That's KGhaleon.
So with KGhaleon, he was on the YouTube. Like, you'll see him white knighting Phil, saying it's a lie, they weren't fair to him on the side scrollers video. And he's the only one. He's the only person.
He's the only guy defending Phil.
Yep.
Like, you see him all the time, man. All the time he's here. All the time he's white knighting Phil. Any comment section, Reddit, you name it, he's there. He's there holding the Phil flag. So
KGhaleon actually, I think he got mad at someone on the Tumbleweed forum and posted their IP address.
Yeah, which was the proof that showed that that you should hide your IP whenever you roll into the Tumbleweed forum. That Phil could actually pull your IP.
Yep.
And it was because this dumb furry fuck who wears a diaper apparently for funsies. Remember, this is fun. This is all in good fun. but this is the shit you get. This is Phil's audience. These are the people who love and dedicate themselves to supporting an e-beggar online. A nonsense streamer who has no redeeming value to his streams. He wants to talk about meaningful. This is the shit. This is the shit. These people find Phil's content meaningful. I don't know what else to tell you.
His fans, personally for me, Phil's not the main attraction. It's the circus.
It's
he brings
this.
along with him. It's this. This is what's fun. Like, yes, you'll get the interview and it's great. But everything else, it's the main show. It's his fans.
It's his fans.
Orders. It's his mods. It's like
his mods.
People like Vigo make me laugh. It's KGhaleon. He's there constantly. It's not like he's gone. I think he donates, but if he does, it's via a sock. But
I believe he donates
he's
probably
like
through a sock.
40. Yeah, he's close to 40 now.
Yeah, it's nonstop. Like, you can go down the list and keep finding name after name after name. Like, we're talking about Madara, who shows up, a fucking dude with a spoon fucking dent on his head, like a literal dent.
But you see him, it's like he's normal.
Yeah,
it's a spoon-sized dent. You don't see it unless you shave his head.
Yeah,
and even then,
otherwise he looks normal, acts normal. I mean, he's the guy who sits. He's on the Kiwi farms with us. He hangs out with us. Yeah, like shit. Like, a lot of these guys are just it's just another level, and we'll get into it. I'm sure I'll have you back for a third part of this. But I know people have already requested this, but we're almost to our hour time limit we set. But next week we're gonna do Derek. Do you want to get into the Derek shit? I mean, you're the Derek guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. With Derek, I mean, can go with Anonymous and all the other pay pigs who are mods who are like Derek, that type of level.
We're going to talk about the Derek level gents. I mean, I think it's one of the most captivating things out there because it's really wild, man. Like, Derek is protected by Phil. Derek is not a whale. He used to contribute. He used to give Phil money through bits. And yeah, the one time he tried, he got caught by Mommy. Mommy got Derek using the credit card to give Phil. And Phil just went, "Oh, you shouldn't do it, Derek." Oh. But still, he took the money. He took the fucking money.
Yeah. I'll reply to Chris Johnson. If Proper wants to do an OIC stream,
Oh yeah.
I still have DMs that I have not released because OIC.
Ooh.
2 days after like the 28th, December 28th, he emails me. He found and DMs me again. And
Did he say
all this
Merry
stuff.
Christmas? Happy holidays at least?
Yep.
Ah,
And-
lonely. So lonely.
And for like 4 months. And that's right after I released everything he sent me. Released, and he had no friends. He went back, and he sent me stuff like, just to get these advertise working. You've seen it. Proper has seen it. His fat hand, his workout video, the people he simps to with his actual account.
It's amazing.
Is him saying, "I'm a player. That's why I'm single." Like legit. He wrote, "I'm a player." No, you're probably a fat, fugly, social, little autistic spurg. You can't get a girl.
And it's extremely lonely.
I held up on. Go ahead.
It's just one of those things with Phil fans is they seem to be very lonely people. A lot of them who are like Timbo, the black sheep of the family, or Jade, who's just sitting there rotting away, like hoping that he can go and visit D'Lo Brown at the next convention. It's one of those things. Like, it's fascinating to see the drive for some of these people supporting Phil. Like, you get your white knights, the people who want to stick it to the trolls. I mean, that was one of the things I got Planet Jeff laughed at, is what he said, "Fuck the trolls," and we're like, that's funny. And he almost got fired for his, because he had his business Twitter account, like, and access to it. It was wild. Like, I'm not a big fan of fucking with people. It's not my cup of tea.
No,
I don't have to do anything except for point and laugh, man. That's textbook, and that's kind of why we did this whole hours.
What I do is I find the information, post it, and then that's it. I don't interact with them. I don't go on the Twitter and message.
Yeah.
I just post it here. This is what so and so does. This is what he's saying. It's public information. There's no hacking involved. If you post it on Twitter on your public account and it's a spurg out, it's fair game. It's funny. If it has to be funny. That's my rule. It has to be entertaining or funny in a way. If you're boring, sorry, I don't care. Tipster, for example. Tipster,
nobody cares.
I looked into, but he's boring. He's just a fat cloud chasing grifter. That's Tipster. That's it. Nothing interesting about him.
I mean, the funniest thing I know about him is that he tries to pretend like he's street hard, like he's from the streets, dude. He's not.
Yeah,
he's not.
He lives in a poor part of Los Angeles, but you see his family. They're not. They're the opposite of the street, and he has the Nintendo Mario stuff in the background. Yeah, and you got your street. Yeah, no, get the fuck out of here.
It's rough. I mean, but again, those are people who take this stuff far too seriously. And the thing is when it comes to this stuff, I since I'm mod over there on the farms on the thread, people go, "Oh yeah, can you take down my docs or do this?" I do, dude. Just don't say anything. Just move on. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your docs. Nobody cares about anything. This is just some retarded spot on the internet. Don't take it that seriously. Move on and enjoy the rest of your day. It's not that bad. At the end of it, you have to really go to levels to be laughed at by people. Like if you're uninteresting, if you're boring, if you're not an asshole, you're not gonna get doxxed.
No,
you're not.
I'll use this I won't say the person's name or username. People will know if they know who it is. This person found out that I doxed them recently, like last week, and they found out and they were crying about it. And they sprugged out on Discord and Twitter. But they were forgotten because the person before them showed pictures of his butthole. And no one cared about this dude. But because he sprugged out, people care about him now, because now it's like, oh, you're this did you cry? Otherwise he would not have said anything. No one would have talked about him at all. He was already forgotten.
that fucking reminds me on the Kiwi Farm thread for Phil. If you go down on the very bottom of page 11, since you get a thread that says debate with fanatical DSP white knight. That's it. Debate with fanatical DSP white knight. Somebody just decided to come in here and start shit. Is from October 10th, 2016. And I'll tell you, I've been around for a while in the Vortex. This dude in this whole thread got to a point, you know, his name is Traditional Games is his username that he uses. But it got to a point in the thread that eventually he shows his wiener. He shows his fucking wiener. He pulls his dick out and posts it on the internet. Why? Why? Just tell me, like, why? Why is this a thing that people do? Like you're not gonna prove me wrong. I don't care. You're spurting out. You're being a fucking weird degenerate fuck. We don't care. It's wild.
It's more ammo.
It's more shit for me to laugh at every time. I see you fucking showed up and spurred out in chat. I laughed my ass off. Every time that somebody shows up and cries about something, I fucking don't do it. Don't do it. If your fifis get hurt here in the Vortex, don't come crying. Don't cry. Nobody cares.
I'll answer Sunspot. Yes, Marlon. That's it. But Marlon is the village idiot who's the town drunk and no one cares. No, he asks to be banned, and Kiwi Farms. No, ignores him because he knows he's the village idiot.
I have a special place with Marlon. He's an amazing guy. I hang out with him every now and then and talk to him. He's wild, man. He's posting up his baby mama's boobies as his profile. Like he's a wild man, and you know this is going to be chapter 3 for us. Probably a third stream is we're going to have to talk about Detractors. I mean it's an ongoing thing, and there's been a lot of Detractors in the past. You know, somebody as small time of like Marlon who posts up his own address in the chat in Kiwi Farms. I mean,
on his profile.
There's a bunch of them.
But the thing with Marlon, he was smart, but then he got a motorcycle accident. Yeah. And then it turned him into what he is now. So he has an excuse.
He's literally a dent. But there's a lot of Detractors, and I think that needs to be looked at. And I'm not going to do it to hurt people's feelings. I'm not going to do it to be Mr. Bad Guy. No. It just has to be looked at because sometimes people need to get a fucking reality check. This is the fucking internet. It's here to put and laugh at shit. But don't worry. That's the palate cleanser, chat. That's going to be the palate cleanser because next week we're giving you the Derek treatment. I'm going to have to get the censor bar out and like I'm going to have to. What do you think? I'm gonna make a few photoshops. I need some sensors.
You're gonna have to Photoshop it if you don't get the stream.
Yeah.
Because of
I gotta Photoshop a lot. There's a lot. Yeah. Like there's no fetish that he doesn't touch. I mean, that's a dude who's been
like 55. I found found 55 and counting.
I mean, but again, people aren't talking about like his playlist on YouTube that says, you know, cute little girls, the one that usually most people highlight. They don't understand what's actually like in that playlist. Mm-hmm. I think you have an idea. Do you want to tell chat?
Yeah. So it's pictures. So it's videos of girls at pageants or just children in playgrounds. Normal. These aren't fetish videos. And he's doing cute little girls playlist, cute, and if you're not aware, it's like, oh, it must be something else. But then this is when he's 14. When he's 18, he's taking pictures of his 1-year-old cousin up her skirt and posting on his Instagram. Creep shots of his cousin at her
creep
birthday.
Shots.
So
creep shots. I mean, Derek is like suspect number one. If you put it on a list of like who's going to be doing the biggest, most heinous crime out of the DSP fandom? It's Derek. It's got to be. It's got to be. Like, he's number one on the list, man. And we're going to go over it next week. We're going to bring you Derek. We're going to talk a bit about Anonymouse. I think he has to be brought up because people gave Anonymouse a lot of kudos and kisses and hugs.
And then you find out.
No, you shouldn't have. It happens too. It happens. I get it.
We didn't
People
know.
Get excited.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it definitely happens. I remember when Anonymouse leaked. He was the mod who leaked DSP's Discord out. But I was having talks with Nigel, and Nigel's like, "Do you know about this guy?" I was like, "Oh, I know about him. I know about him." But he was making sure that you gotta know who you're playing with, know who you're hanging out with. But it was one of those times that's a little wild, and he's got to come up. That's for sure. There's a couple others. There's a couple others who need to show up.
The other furry mod. I don't remember the name, but I know exactly the one who
It'd be
played.
Good old Ratchet Fan is who you're thinking
that's the
of.
one I'm thinking of. Ratchet Fan.
That's the one. Ratchet Fan was a former DSP mod, and he got real into drawing furries and doing commissions and posting up a whole bunch of nasty furries. Weird stuff.
He was into cup porn, which is the pedophilia version of furry art.
Yeah.
He's like 30 now.
Yeah, 30. Didn't his was it his family who threatened to sue you?
No, it was
or did he threaten to sue you?
He threatened to sue me, and he got the idea from an artist on Furry Affinity who draws furry gore porn, and told him. And I thought gore.
Gore. Okay, you didn't say vor. I thought you were gonna say vor. I was like
Gore.
Okay.
And I see that he comments public. It's public on his profile. You should say this, this, this. Then I see the message, and it's like word for word. He just copy pasted it and sent it to me.
Yeah, it's a wild one. So that's gonna be next week. So please bring your bleach to drink. You're gonna need it. I hope you bring something else to hopefully sleep at night. I suggest maybe some ambient, maybe just a 9mm bullet right to the head. I don't know how else to fix it because next week we're going deep and it's gonna hurt. I don't know. We're gonna have to break up the whiskey. I don't know how else I'm gonna fucking deal with that, dude. It's gonna be despair. Derek's despair day. Zanny bars.
Being the dairy guy and going to a naughty mouse and all that has made me desensitized. I know it's gross, but I've seen it so much because I've been going through these people. It's an awful thing to say that this doesn't faze me anymore.
Oh, are we going to talk about Derek's buddy?
Oh yeah, we
gotta bring Jackie up.
He's
right?
hilarious. Yeah, Jackie. He's hilarious, but he's not as bad as Derek per se. Not yet. Well, he's
not yet.
Older. Yeah, but he's unintentionally hilarious. Jackie with his Disney videos next to his porn statue.
It's like a collector's trove.
Jackie.
So,
talking about this for next week.
Yeah, no, we'll save it for next week. You guys are in for a treat. You're in for a treat. We might actually have to stream this over there on Odyssey. They don't give a fuck. Oh, I got mine. I've got mine. I might have to go shift this next stream over because it's the Derek edition. Then I might have to just do a video and just censor everything because there's going to be a lot of censorship.
Yeah,
you're going to see some shit, chat. So buckle up. But thank you for
find the best pictures to help the best keywords and the best.
You guys are in for a treat. So buckle up, chat. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Shiro, for once again joining me. I'm sorry that Noel believes that you are OIC.
That's
I
the
would
reason
go.
I'm not a mod yet.
Yeah,
Noel thinks I'm OIC.
I'm gonna have to go talk to Noel. Yeah, thanks, Kiwi Farms, Phil chat. You fucked it up. Yeah, you fucked it. You convinced Noel that this dude I'm talking to right now gives Phil a bunch of money and has 100 sock accounts.
The only money I give to Phil is if I click on him stream raw. That's it. Because I don't care about receivers. If I want to see Phil, I'm gonna go to the source. That's it. But that's like hardly ever.
I find it funny, man. I just gotta go talk to Noel for a bit because he just sometimes doesn't slip it, right? I just gotta show him the time when I got real drunk and shit all over fucking poor OIC, I guess.
That's all you gotta show.
But look, it's two different people. Anyways, enjoy your your day chat. I've got some editing to do tomorrow, and we'll catch you around.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it.